I'm Sheryl Plouffe. Glad you're here for an update on your weather forecast. Potential for some storms today, which I will give you more details on in just a moment. Boy, it has been terrible weather in Texas the last many days, and Oklahoma too. But in this particular case, with our must-see video, I want to show you Texas. Texas residents have had to evacuate due to the recent floods there. Here at home, though, we have the potential for some storms. We have to watch that pretty closely. However, we have also got the heat and humidity. A perfect time to head to the park, right? Well, here's some information from Kevin on a new park that's opening up. Well, the rest of the week actually looks to be very mild indeed, Kevin. Let's take a look at where we are with our short-term forecast for readings today. We will feel like 31. There is the chance for some storms, though. We've put this map together to show you that the time frame of this would be more so the evening and the overnight, possibly even some pre-dawn thunderstorms. Typically, though, we see these on a warm front. There is the potential for some isolated severe weather as well. The SPC in the U.S. puts the tornado risk in Michigan and southwest Ontario. We could deduce that at 2%. So we'll have to watch for the potential for some storms. There are rainfall totals that are pretty decent across northern Ontario. Southern Ontario, again, with the exception of thunderstorms that could locally produce higher amounts of rainfall, this is more of a northern Ontario, western Quebec, and then into the Maritimes type of rainfall. So we do have the increased humidity, and that's why we are feeling like 31 versus the temperatures themselves, being around 26 or so. So it's going to feel muggier out there, no question. We've had some stronger winds yesterday, actually, but today, not so much unless we get those storms to develop. So increasing humidity, that's really the story this week. So in answer to your question, Kevin, about what the rest of the week looks like, we've got mild air continuing. The cool down will come after Saturday. Once that cold front passes through, we will potentially be seeing a cool down to temperatures, maybe a little bit more seasonal for this time. And we know all about flooding, right? Last couple of years, we've seen our fair share of it. But let's take a look actually at what's been going on in Texas, because we have this subtropical jet that continues to just bring low after low after low, and southern Texas has been very hard hit with flooding rains and obviously a dire situation, an emergency, in fact. So let's take a look at what is in store for us today. The overnight and to start the day tomorrow, pre-dawn thunderstorms are possible, maybe even depending on what time you leave to go to work, could be driving in some storms. But the forecast conditions this afternoon are warmer inland than they are toward the shoreline. So when we look at the Toronto temperature, that's for a downtown temp. But as you head north, then you're going to be into some warmer conditions still. Thunderstorm risk today in southern Ontario, rain to the north extending up toward Quebec City. And also New Brunswick is benefiting from some warmer temperatures as well. We're going to be feeling like 31, but Montreal, Fredericton, Ottawa feeling a little bit warmer than that. These are the Wednesday afternoon temperatures, 24. If you like warmth and you like humidity, then this is the week for you. It is going to be above average, and we're really drawing in that southwesterly flow, and the humidity will make it feel a lot warmer than the actual core temperature this week. Well, more details on your forecast in just a moment. First, let's take a look at our must-see video. We go to Oklahoma this time. You're causing major problems for that homeowner. Not only in Oklahoma, but in Texas. We've had some major floods and storms rolling through there that have caused deaths, in fact, and tornadoes too. So let's take a look at what's going on here at home. We have the heat, the humidity that's building in, and to go outside actually would be a great thing to get some relief, right? Well, why not head to the new park? Here's Kevin. Oh, it is actually a very warm week indeed, Kevin. Looking at the thunderstorm risk, though, I want to point this out. That's for the evening and for the overnight. Possibly some pre-dawn rumbles of thunder might keep you up if you're a light sleeper. Some rumbles of thunder might be waking you up. But we do have rainfall coming with our system as well. Southern Ontario really not seeing that much. It's more so in the northeast, extending over Quebec, central Quebec, and into Quebec City. Near the St. Lawrence, we have areas that will be seeing in excess of 30 millimeters of rain. But southern Ontario, we would depend on seeing the thunderstorms to bring us some locally higher amounts of rain. It's much needed rain. We haven't had a lot, so it'd be good to see some rain coming through. But again, it comes at the risk of some storms. The increasing humidity, yes, we do have more in the way of humidity drawing in from our low pressure system. And with that, it does feel warmer. Now we're looking ahead to Thursday, and also I want to mention Saturday, because there is a cold front that will be draped across here from this low pressure system, and that's the one that helps to bring in some cooler air. You can see the hints here of snow cold enough to support snow in the Thanks so much for that, Rachel. In fact, today's UV index is 8, which is rated high in the GTA. Let's go to our must-see video from you. We have time-lapse Tuesdays here at the Weather Network where we have full galleries of them online at theweathernetwork.com. If you like that sort of thing, you will appreciate that gallery for sure. Let's take a look at our short-term forecast. And cloudy mostly, and that's anticipating the potential for some storms in the evening and through the overnight. So when most are sleeping, there may be some rumbles of thunder coming through to wake you up. Southern Ontario, not a lot of rain with the exception of storms. Then locally we'd have to put those numbers up a little bit. But from Quebec City through Val-d'Or, Rouyn-Noranda, and Timmins, we have 15 to 30 millimeters of rain expected from our low. Southern Ontario, it's about heat and humidity. Even through Wednesday, pretty decent temperatures overall, mid-20s, a little cooler down toward the shoreline of the Great Lakes. We have got 24 in Hamilton by the time we get to Thursday. And Friday's temperature sits at 23, a little warmer further to the north, like in Newmarket and Guelph, 27 on Friday. We have the risk today of some thunderstorms. We'll be watching for those more so in the evening and through the overnight. There have been massive storms, though, in Texas as well as bordering into Mexico, in fact, but their homes because of the flooding. Now, we have potential for storms here, although not expecting to see as much rain clearly as what was happening there. Storms might even wake you up. Toronto today feeling like 31, so we are factoring in humidity, which is part of the reason why we have more instability. That's one of the factors. But isolated severe weather is possible with this particular setup, but it would be more so to the west of Toronto down through the southwest, so we'll watch that. But notice how it does extend up into northeast Ontario. There is a lot of rain continuing, Sudbury, across Quebec and into Quebec City. It's very warm, it's humid, right through until the end of the week, in fact, so humidity will be sticking with us. It's not until after Saturday there will be a cold front passing through that helps to bring down our temperatures. But these are the forecast temperatures looking ahead to Friday. Notice that it is slightly cooler toward the lake shore than it is, and this temperature 23 is for the downtown, but we can presume it's much, much cooler here toward closer to the lakes than it is inland, like 26, like 27 here for Peterborough and Guelph, as we can see through Friday. What about the rainfall? Well, it's coming through in the thunder showers. Now, across southern Ontario today, it's possible we may see some light showers, but less than 5 millimeters. Where we'll get the actual rainfall is if we actually get some thunderstorms to develop. This is the forecast now for Saturday. This is the day where we may see actually quite an elongated cold front passing through, and then behind that, that's when the temperatures begin to drop. So the Saturday temperature is not too bad at 26. But we'll be watching this to drop to Sunday down to 14. So that gives you kind of a clue that we have the cooler air on the way for the end of the weekend.